Hey, this is Tim bringing you words of grace today from our food pantry. Just unloaded a bunch of bread and veggies and helpful items. I wanted to add to our playlist that deals with misinterpreted verses. In John 6, Jesus is talking about being the bread of life. And he's referring back to the Exodus when the children of Israel were in the wilderness and they needed bread to eat, and Jesus gave them manna. And so the manna from heaven sustained them physically. Well, in the same way, Jesus is saying, your spirit, he is the spiritual bread that has come down out of heaven to sustain us spiritually. In that John 6 passage, Jesus says, I am the bread of life. What does that mean? What it does not mean is that if you go to some religious mass, there's this transformation. No, he is saying, believe in me. If you look through those verses, and I kind of highlighted in my Bible in green all the times that faith and belief come up in that passage, over and over, he's talking about believing in him. That is the eating, appropriating as true the good news. And if you look at the end, verse 65, it says that his words are that life, that which gives life. And so it's taking this message, the words about Jesus, and taking them to you as true. That is the way to have spiritual life. And so, okay, in the parallel image, right, there's this parallel. It's the same as if you see someone eating a whole box of food. If you say, you are a pig, you're not saying this person's a pig. You're saying figuratively that this person eats like a pig. When we look at this passage, Jesus is saying, I am bread in this way. This is the figure of speech. He has come down from heaven, like that manna came down from heaven and provided physical sustenance. He has come down from heaven and he provides spiritual sustenance. On the illustration, what is eating? Eating is clearly believing that this is so. And so you don't have to go into a church today, just like we pass out the bread here on the street. You don't have to go into a church to receive the bread of life, Jesus. You have to believe that this message is true. These words may be coming to you from your living room or your phone in the subway, whatever. You can believe that this is true. These are the words that are the bread of life, that Jesus has come down from heaven as the Son of God. And he has taken the penalty for your sin. He was broken. Yes, his body was broken. His blood was shed. Not so that you could eat in some religious ceremony, but that you could believe that this broken body was on behalf of you. It was because you sinned, broke the laws of God, the cosmic laws of God, and you deserve God's punishment. But he has given you mercy based on Jesus. Jesus has died in your place, and he has provided forgiveness on the cross, taking your place. And so I encourage you today to not just take of the bread of life freely from our food pantry, but take of the bread of life freely of Jesus. Trust in Jesus and Jesus alone. No church or organization can take you to heaven. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Begin that relationship with him today by faith. Trust in him and his sacrifice on your behalf, and he'll be your bread. You'll be taking it in. Believe on him today.